The debate rages on about the team's starting quarterback. I guess the debate is about week one. I guess. I don't like to limit the conversation to week one. That's why we spent much of the day yesterday saying, okay, give us the timeline. When does Drake May start? And very few people are saying week one. Scott Zolak is saying week one.
You beat him out.
Jimmy Stewart is saying week one. I heard him very adamant about that.
Phil said it right there again. He beat him out. And the head coach said that. He outplayed him. He beat him out. And when that happens, you do not fool 53 other guys in the room, and you don't want to lose your football team.
So let's start with that.
What did he say yesterday? The best guy plays.
Let's start with that point.
Best guy plays.
Let's start with that point about losing the football team.
Sure.
I think it's overblown. I think it's overblown about losing the football team. Mm-hmm. I think the football team is comprised of adults who are aware of where they stand within the league. I think they know. I think they know they're on a bad team.
Yeah.
I think they know that they're going to lose a lot of games. A lot of these guys are coming back off of last year when they won 4 games. They know they're not a good team. They know. They're not stupid. They also know that if you start Jacoby Brissett, that it's sort of giving the nod to a veteran who's been around the block, and maybe he had a bad camp. Maybe he didn't have a great preseason.
Did he earn it?
In the games. He started out well in camp, had some really good days that he put together. They could make the argument that the best days for Jacoby Brissett were better days than the ones that Drake May put together. They could do that, and I think they could do it with a straight face and say, listen, when we were in practice and we were installing things, Jacoby Brissett had his top days were better than Drake May's top days. And Drake May had more opportunity in preseason games. And guys, that was against 2s and 3s and players we will not be seeing in September. And everything's about to get a lot faster. I think the thing they really need is Jacoby Brissett to not fall flat on his face. 1 week of Jacoby Brissett not being a complete disaster will help them in the losing the team department. If Jacoby Brissett just goes out and plays like a professional in week one, which he is very capable of doing, they'll be fine with not losing the team.
I think that's playing to his ceiling. That's maximizing what he is. And if he plays like that, then yeah, you're getting the most out of him. But I don't know. I've turned on this. I have. Because I hear people talk about, well, you can't play him. Why can't you play him? So Jacoby Brissett can play 20 snaps in the preseason, get hurt on snap 18 because he gets thrown on his shoulder. You can play him, but you can't play the other guy. The guy actually sit in the pocket, move, avoid rush, get outside, throw on a platform to avoid getting hit and actually make plays. I'm going to go with the guy who make plays. I'm going with that guy. Hey, he might get hurt. Oh, well, like you said, Tim McCone, it is football. Football, you do get hurt. You do get hit. There's a chance. But I mean, picking weeks and 1 and 3 and 7, 9. Yeah, have fun picking your weeks. That must be nice at night to sit up and look at the schedule when you haven't played a game yet. Maybe they'll play hard in front of the kid. Maybe they'll rally around him. There's a lot of things that could go a certain way. Or you could just put Jacoby Brissett in there and say, well, we're not a good team. We could just go out, hand it off, punt it, and get in and out in 2.5 hours. We'll get through the game. That'll be fun. I'm kind of going to be a little bit upset if he's not going to play. I'm starting to expect him to play now. Boy, if we found out today Mayo walks in and announces Drake May's the starting quarterback, the place is going to go nuts.
Do you think he's doing it today?
He shouldn't.
I don't think he is.
This is the one time where really you hold it close to the vest because the season hasn't started. This isn't Jet Week. This isn't Miami Week. We're going to play games for 2 days. You could hide this for 2.5 weeks. You can just roll it out there day before the game. Kind of have a feeling what you're doing. And yeah, you'll show it in pregame warm-up. He shouldn't say a thing. He shouldn't.
Well, he doesn't need to based on what he said. Even if he stays true to what he said, I'm going to tell the guys after the cutdowns happen. He didn't say he was going to tell them the day of the cutdowns. He didn't tell them he was going to tell them the day after. He said after that point, he's going to tell them.
Yeah.
That could be a week from now.
Sure.
And he would still be right. All he said was, I'll tell them after the cutdowns. I'm not going to make any announcements.
Can he do that? Can he keep it in him? I think he kind of wants to say it.
Do you think they know who it is?
Yeah. If you're wavering right now, I think you have problems. Like if you have to have a meeting right now collective meeting.
They have to have a meeting.
Well, they're going to have it. That's the way they operate. But I'm saying, if you don't know, he asked the question, do you think they know? I said, yeah. This shouldn't be 3 for this guy, 3 for this guy. If you got a 3 for this guy and 3 for this guy, you got a confusing room. They should all pretty much see it the same way.
I don't think
That's my point.
I don't think it's 3 and 3. I think it's 3 people. So there's an odd number of people in the room.
Could be 4.
Who are the 4?
Could be Matt Groen. Could be Matt Groen on the 2. Could be T.C. McCartney.
I think it honestly doesn't matter how many guys they put in the room. Right. There's one guy who's going to make that call, and it's Eliot Wolf. And it's not Jerod Mayo. It's going to be up to Wolf, which is why Jacoby Brissett's going to start game 1. You know what you have to worry about with this team?
What's that?
That the offensive coordinator is closer to the GM than the head coach is. That he was a hire of Eliot Wolf. And he's got the ear of Eliot Wolf. And they are in on this plan together to have Jacoby Brissett here.
Yeah, they know you play the veteran. Yeah.
Alex Van Pelt wanted him. Eliot Wolf went out and got him. The head coach has seemed to indicate that he really wanted it to be more of a competition, wanted May to have a start here in recent days based on what he said. And he's flip-flopped all over the place with the things he said, so it's hard to know what he actually thinks. But Jerod Mayo, if he means that, might like the idea of starting Drake May. I don't think it matters. Because I don't think it's up to him. And he might have head coach offense in the ear of the GM, and the GM and offensive coordinator in lockstep, and Jerod Mayo is locked out of the equation. And that conversation is really not all that meaningful because whatever Jerod Mayo says will be heard, but won't be acted upon.
Right.
That dynamic is interesting.
I think that's a real possibility, too. If you're Jerod Mayo, I would think that you would actually want to win games as the head coach, get off to a good start. It's Eliot Wolf that I think would probably want to, like you said, kind of rein that in and slow play it a little bit more.
But you also want to kind of exert some power, too. Don't you want to look like 100%. The guy in charge, be the man in charge?
Yep.
Make everyone aware that things run through you, and this is when power struggles begin.
When a decision is made about quarterback, it would be nice for Jerod to take the podium and say, I felt that this is the best interest of the team, not that we. If we get a lot of we, there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Oh, he'll give you the we.
I don't know.
I don't think he's been afraid to kind of let it slip and let it be out there.
No, he's taught collaboration.
This is what you have when you have an arranged marriage. This is what you get when the owner hires the head coach and then the owner decides to keep a member of the front office and elevate him to GM. The GM didn't hire the coach. The coach didn't hire the GM. That didn't happen. You put two guys together. And now they've got the first major decision to make together on this as it relates to the actual games and what's going to happen on the field when it goes real and live next week. I think it's going to be Jacoby Brissett. I think Jacoby Brissett is going to start enough games is what I think is going to happen. He will start enough games that Drake May is not thrown into the fire in the first month of the season. It would be great if Jacoby Brissett could go out and be a pro for the first month. Plus, which would then push that timeline, back and also would not have us saying, oh my God, you've got to start Drake May. How can we watch this? Our eyes are burning. Can't watch this team every week. And I think he can do it. I do.
There's just a different level of excitement when he goes in the game. The offense looks better. It feels better. I think Brissett's played all 3 preseason games. Put that in a nutshell. Let's group that together. That's what you're getting. Get you fired up? I'm fired up. You fired up?
I think the thing that should really piss you off about this team is how bad they are outside of quarterback. That they're not ready to play what is obviously a talented young quarterback. We have to sit here and debate whether or not it's safe for that quarterback to go out there from just a injury standpoint, or if it's smart to put him out there because you don't want him to be in such a bad spot with a bad offense and no offensive line that you have to worry about his confidence being damaged and his psyche being irreparable. Like, these are the things we have to talk about because the rest of this team is so bad. That, to me, is what you should be pissed about.
Hey, if you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand right here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.